Everyone who comes to Vegas wants to leave a winner, and it's no different for these teams. 400 students from all over the country. They won't be working the tables, but instead tearing up the lanes, vying for thousands of dollars in scholarship money. The top high school bowlers have brought their best game to Las Vegas, and they'll be competing on one of the most unique lanes in the country, the Teen Masters Championship Tournament, next on Versus. We get set now for the Teen Masters women's semifinal matchup from the Fashion Show Mall here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Kevin Cusick, and working along with me is a 12-time PBA Tour champion, Chris Barnes. Our first competitor, Katharine Rawsthorne, a 4-year member of her varsity bowling team, named All-State all 4 years. And her senior year, she was named the team's most valuable player. Katharine's opponent today is Danielle Mcewan from Stony Point, New York. Danielle had a very strong week here in Las Vegas, very consistent throughout. She credits her stepdad for much of her success. We had a chance to catch up with Danielle earlier in the week and strike up a conversation.
It's been a lot of fun. Especially compared to talking to other people. A lot of people are here for bowling and they're not really going and seeing everything else. They're just sticking to bowling. And as much as I'm trying to keep my head to that, me and my mom have been going to the Strip like every day and just going to see different sites, and it's been so much fun. I have my stepfather who is an awesome bowler. He owns a pro shop, so he kind of teaches me everything I need to know about the balls and that aspect. And then I have a coach, my coach Ken Yakabaxi down at Rockaway, and I go to him and he helps my mechanics and make sure all that goes together, and the rest is just learning from doing tournaments. Most of the stuff you have to learn by yourself just from experience.
We also had a chance to catch up with Katharine Rawsthorne and talk to her about her strategy coming into this first women's semifinal matchup.
My strategy is just not miss anything easy, not miss any easy spares. Don't give myself a chance to, give the game away, and that, hopefully, if I can find a good strike line, I should be okay if I don't miss any easy spares.
So we get set now for our first semifinal matchup with Katharine Rawsthorne from Federal Way, Washington, just halfway between Seattle and Tacoma. In the round of 16, she averaged 210. In the round of 8, she had an average of 188. And she starts the show with a strong strike.
Very nice start there. It was interesting in her interview. She talked about not doing a lot of things, but she does exactly what she needs to here and gets off to a good start. They're bowling on the short pattern here. Danielle was the higher seed. She got to pick. She averaged 222 on the short pattern during qualifying.
Danielle starts with a strong strike. So a battle of the East Coast and the West Coast. Danielle from Stony Point, New York, and Katharine from Washington, the opposite end of the country. And Chris, very strong start.
Yeah, great balance here. Both of them playing outside the second arrow, using balls that roll up and smooth out these shorter patterns. You need some balls that tend to roll sooner and are smoother arcing balls to strike. And another great shot, an early double.
Very good start for Katharine.
She's actually playing almost the 10th board, a little bit less axis rotation. She's a little more end over end. That allows her to be a little bit closer to the head pin and not have to be so far away from the pocket.
Danielle now in the second frame. And she strikes.
Boy, it's not hard to see how she averaged 220 in qualifying. Ball is making a perfect move through the pins. Watch as it crosses in between about the 7th, 8th board, out to the 5th board, and just melts through the pins. 10 straight back.
Well, in the round of 16 and in the round of 8, the women had to compete in a best-of-5 matchup. Here is the one-game-only format, and she leaves the 7-pin standing.
Pretty good shot here, just a little bit further right than her last ball. Comes up just slightly light on the head pin. The head pin comes back in front of the 7-pin. Not able to knock that out of there. Still a nice start with the spare.
I know this is true in your case as well. She's a member of the Honor Society, the French Honor Society, the Theater Honor Society, and the Music Honor Society. So not only is she a great bowler, but a very, very strong student. And she converts.
I had a problem spelling society.
So Danielle from Stony Point will now get set for her first ball in the third frame.
The round of 16, she only averaged 181, but she had a 140 game in there, so it's a little bit misleading. Wow, and a little bit unlucky there. That ball made a nice move down lane, leaves a flat 10.
She comes into this event the 2009 High School Bowling Championship, the New York State champion on the women's side, and as you said, she leaves the 10 pin standing, and out comes the spare ball.
Danielle had to work awfully hard to get here in the round of 16. She was 3-2, in which she won a tie game, and she beat Natalie Jimenez 3-2, where she shot 266 in pivotal game 5. We're all tied up after 3 frames.
Danielle Mcewan, Katharine Rawsthorne in the first of 2 semifinals of the Team Masters Championships. We'll be back.